So how could it be that a situation of this nature that has happened more than twice is yet to be unraveled, especially looking at it from the reason behind the attack? Are we really telling ourselves the truth, or is there something that we know that they do not want to tell us?
You know, Joshua, if you follow Nigeria's trajectory when it comes to dealing with insecurity, you will agree with me that the political atmosphere is not really doing well when it comes to that, because there's always a coloration of political undertone for every attack, every incident. For example, look at in Benue State, where Peter Obi wanted to visit the internally displaced camps there, and the governor said no. He didn't directly mention the presidential aspirant, that Peter Obi, but he said that that Benue State is not ready for any high-profile visit, that anybody that comes into the state without the approval of the government, whatever happens to the person, that the person's safety is not guaranteed.
Now,
that is politicizing the situation. Peter Obi is a Nigerian. He is free. He wants to come and see these people, regardless of how you see it, because it is expected that when things like this happen, the leaders are supposed to be there.
Now, my question
but he wants to
is,
go there and commiserate with them, visit them, let them have a sense of belonging, that yes, people are with you. And the governor is saying no. So that is politicizing the situation.
Well, if you look at it from a flip side, given what you just said, is he making it about Peter Obi, or he's only making it as a general information to whoever that might be coming aside from Peter Obi? Are we just going to be looking at it from the angle of Peter Obi because he is or still a running, candidate, especially looking at it from a party?
No, I am not. Because that particular statement came after Peter Obi declared his intention. He visited Plateau State. He did. Declared his intention to visit the IDP camps in Benue State. Of course, just like the case of Kogi, when Senator Natasha said she was coming home to celebrate Salah with her constituent, the next thing, there was an instruction or directive that that barred gathering because she was coming, and then she came through the helicopter. So Nigerians already, they put two and two together and said this is the same scenario, that it has to do with this. And also from reports that the governor is seeing, from reports that the governor was advised that if he allows Peter Obi to come, that it may not put him in good standing with the presidency. Looking at Peter Obi is from Labour, is of the Labour Party, and the former governor of Benue State was a staunch supporter of Peter Obi. That will give the former governor more power and all of that. So no matter how you look at it, it doesn't matter whether it has to do with Peter Obi or any other person. But when we have people, well-meaning Nigerians, saying that we want to come and commiserate with these people, we want to come and sit with these people, we want to come and help these people one way or the other, talking to them, giving them relief materials and all of that. For me, there is no basis for saying do not come.
Okay, so now let's get back to our guest Jeremiah, who is joining us virtually. So Jeremiah, you might have been following our conversation right here, I guess, and of course looking at it by what my anchor has just said. What's your take as regards the latest information given by the Benue State government as regards visiting Benue State when it comes to guaranteeing security, especially for a presidential candidate in the person of Peter Obi? What's your take on that?
Well, like what Charity mentioned, these things can be politicized basically, because the moment actions, people are having this interest, traveling there and all of those things, you begin to look at it. Oh, are you trying to come for you to present, have a good face before the people? Just like the case of Peter Obi that she mentioned, So for me personally, this is not really the best time to actually visit the state. But then, if there is a key interest of why you want to visit, you can do that. So long security is guaranteed for the person, basically. So for
But
me,
why?
it's not an issue at all.
Okay, so but why we are not making this about Peter Obi? What do you think he could have done better? In as much as Peter Obi was actually going there with his security details, preventing him from not coming at all. Don't you think that there could be some level of political undertone, as some would say? What's your thought on that?
Yes, that is the point. The truth is, if you prevent him from coming, of course, people are going to say, "Oh, you have a particular reasons why you don't want him to come," and all of those things. So for me, there's no need stopping. If he has the security details and is ready, and he feel yes, I should go. Who is he? He should let him go. He should let him visit because I believe there are reasons why he wants to visit. So for him to say no, for me, it's not a good idea at all because when I tried to make earlier, right? Identifying the root cause. The truth is, we know that this fight is between these two set of people, the Muslim Fulani herdsmen and the Christian farmers. But then, why are we not tackling? Why are we government not tackling the very issues? If we know these are the reasons, why are we not tackling them? That's because there's still something that is not yet being identified. Okay, so for the governor to have made that declaration, for me, it's not really, okay. Just let him visit if he wants to visit, so long he
So,
has security details already.
okay, so while the reason behind this attack, as you said, is yet not known, what do you think can be done? Looking at it from the pronouncement made in Rivers State the last time we heard, where a state of emergency on security was, pronounced in Rivers State, do you think something similar should be done so as to forestall the loss of life, the further loss of life, and to prevent a situation where we'll slip into a situation where we'll be having food insecurity? Because looking at it carefully, Benue and Plateau is a very strategic, state to Nigeria. The food production is not just going to cater to these states alone, but caters to the entire nation. So what do you think could be done, especially from the federal government, to be able to forestall this situation?
Okay, so basically for me, the first time when I had a quick thought about the very issue, why don't the president declare state of emergency in this state just like he did in Port Harcourt? Well, no, like the point you mentioned, the truth is, if this is done, of course, a lot of us are going to, will I say, suffer in terms of food because these are the states that actually they produce, will I say, the bulk of food that is being distributed across the country. So for me, state of emergency might not be, what will not be the solution to it. First of all, there has to be an enhanced, intelligence in the side of the state security. Because the truth is, whether we like it or not, like I mentioned, we need to identify the root cause, and in identifying it, we need to ensure that all measures are done. And for us to carry out all these measures, they need to be a very, what I mean, intelligent. These security operatives who are mandated to protect the lives of the citizens of the country need to be more intelligent in carrying out their responsibilities. First of all, who is the person that is causing this?
I
It's
heard
not about the
Jeremiah,
person
we're
right
pressed for
now.
time. Thank you so much for your contribution. We really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
So thank you.
All right, that's our offering this morning. Quite unfortunate that time is not our friend to be able to elongate this conversation.